All right, you can see the format of synopsis on your screen, right? One of you unmute and tell me, please.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Okay, so here I have tried to put everything in a in a short way so that you can understand what you need to write. When you will prepare the synopsis, first of all, you should be ready with the identification of the problem area where you want to conduct the research. You should be ready with that identification of the area in which you want to operate, in which you want to conduct the research. Firstly, okay. Once you have this, then after that you cannot directly start writing the entire synopsis. Okay, after that also you have to do some sort of search in the Google. Okay, that whether this area will be a valid one, whether there are previous literatures related to this area. If you find the previous literature, no, download it and go through it. Okay, go through it. My suggestion is go through minimum 3 literatures. Go through minimum 3 literatures and see what has been done in their work. Then you can have a precise idea about what you will do in your research. 2, 3, 4, 5, like that. If possible, go through most number of literatures related to the area which you have selected. Okay. So first step is what I told you. First, you identify your area in which you want to operate. Okay. It's not that during the classes I was giving example, go and sit there and see like that. Like that you can do also. But you will do that in case you are not getting any idea about what you can research. In that case, you go and visit some area and see and observe what are the problem areas out there. Okay, but sitting at home, if you can identify that which research area I want to work, then that is good enough. You don't have to go and look out for options in where you can conduct the research. Okay, so once you do that, next thing that you will do is you will sit with your laptop, with your any device that you follow for searching things. You sit with that device, be it for cell phone, mobile phone, no problem. Sit with the device and search for some previous literatures. How do you search? For example, uh, relationship between job satisfaction and pay package. Relationship between job satisfaction and pay package, for example. So how will you search in Google? You will type like this. Listen to me, all of you listen to me carefully, okay? You will type like this in Google. You will write job satisfaction plus pay packages plus PDF. Job satisfaction plus pay packages plus PDF. Okay, so that means you are entering keywords, and when you are specifying you want PDF only, then you will get PDF search results only. Okay, so once you get the PDF search results, from there 90% are going to be research work of previous researchers. 10% will be something else. Maybe somebody has converted their blog writing into a PDF form and then uploaded. Those you will also find 10%, but those you leave, the 90% which you will find the research work of previous researchers, from there you start searching. Okay. If I get time today, I will show you one search result. How is it find out? How to find out? So so what did I say? First thing that you will do is you will have to, Diksha, you want to say something? You raised your hand, Diksha. Okay, so once you have the problem area, you sit with your search engine and then look out for the previous work. Then go through 2 or 3 good works. Okay, so find out, identify 2 or 3 good works and then go through them. Once you go through them, you can have proper idea about what you need to do in your research work. Okay, then you can don't start writing that time, but generate the idea, develop the idea within your mind. Okay, this is a job which you have to do in your leisure time. You cannot sit with anything else, you cannot listen to a music and then do this. Okay, you cannot do that. Your brain has to be free. You should only concentrate on writing the synopsis first. Okay, do not consider, you cannot do anything else when you're writing the synopsis. That's my point. Okay, so once you develop certain idea that with regards to this, now job satisfaction and pay packages, from whom you can get data, you can get data from the faculty members itself. You can get data from your um, from the friends of your parents, or somebody who is already working. From them only you can get the data. Then think that how shall I collect the data? Best option is create Google form, circulate it to the concerned persons from whom you have good contact. You come to me, I'll also fill up your form. You can go to Rudra sir, you go to Patrick sir, go to Anirban sir, Rupam sir, everyone will fill up. Then go to other teachers of your college also. Say that we are doing research work here in this department and then we want data related to this. Everyone will give you. Okay, since you have this advantage, no, you are a student, so you will get data which related with this. Then any other thing, suppose related to finance, you want to find out the relationship between number of investments by households and their pay packages. There can be relationship, isn't it? Number of investments, financial investments, and the pay packages. So from where will you get this data? From us again. Come to us. We will share the data. Then you take data from the parents of your friends, from your own parents, then friends of your parents, like that. To whom you have good relationship, they will listen to you, they will do whatever you ask. To those people you go and collect data. Then let me give an example of marketing. Suppose you want to find out the relationship between number of sale of Maggi noodles and the in the provision of a free gift with Maggi noodles. Number of sales of Maggi noodles and the provision of a free gift with the noodles. You can find relationship. So can you tell me from where you will get the data related to this area? Anyone can tell me? It's a very easy question. That's why I'm asking. From where you can get data related to this relationship? Yes, unmute and tell. Easy question. Prayas?
Yes, ma'am.
Can you tell me from where you will get this data if you want to find out the relationship between sale of Maggi noodles and the provision of a free sample of it with it? From where you will get this data? Huh? Think from where you can get the data related to sale of Maggi and provision of free gifts. All of you think from where you can get this data.
The shopkeepers.
Yes, exactly. Very good. From the shops. Very good. Very good. So you have to identify. Hemant also answered. Very good. So you have to identify that related to this fact from where I can get the data. Isn't it easy now? Related to your own topic, you will have to identify that from where I can collect perfect data related to this area. So once you have the idea of the perfect sources from where you can data, then you can write about how you will collect the data, what will you do with the data, like that you can identify. So now look at the format of synopsis. Once you have some rough idea about how you're going to do the research in this field, then start writing the synopsis. Synopsis, again I am telling, this is nothing but the proposal of your research. So we have decided in our meeting yesterday that I will teach you how to write the synopsis in the class. You will write the synopsis, you will carry the synopsis, then you will contact with your respective faculty guide. They will approve your synopsis and then you can start working on the project. Okay, like that we have planned. So a synopsis must have the following headings. First will be title, but you cannot write title before writing all the other parts. First you write everything, then finally you write the title. That will come at the beginning. That's why I put it in the beginning. But you cannot write the title after before writing the objectives or doing the how perfectly you know that what you want to do. Once you know that perfectly, then only you can write the title. Okay. So title should reflect the objectives of the study. It must be written after the whole synopsis has been written so that it is a true representative of the plan. So do you understand that after writing about the objectives, after writing having a clear idea what you're going to do, then you should write the title, and this in this title itself the readers or your faculty guide should understand that what is your objective and what you want to do, what are your plans, that should be represented in the title. So you write it at the end. Then introduction, write introduction, start from here. This should contain brief background of the selected topic. Background in the sense, background in the sense from where you got this idea, why you believe that this topic is important, how you believe that this topic is going to do good to the society, like that, brief background of the topic. Then it must identify the importance of study, its relevance and applicability of results. That's what I said, no? You should write here the importance of your area, of your topic which you have selected, its relevance, that means how it is related to the society, how it is going to do good to the society, and applicability of result. If you find the result, in which area these results can be applied, those things should be covered. It must clearly state the purpose of the study, why you are doing the study, on what basis you have selected the study, why you believe that this is an important topic for research. These things you have to write. Okay, don't write much, half a page will be more than enough in introduction. Okay, 200 words, 250 words will be enough. Then objectives. Here you will reflect reflect your planning, that this you want to achieve in measurable terms. That means do not write something which is unmeasurable, you know, like you like this noodles example. You cannot write an objective like to find out the earning of the CFO of Nestle India, who are producing noodles. So do not write something which is not measurable. You can write in this noodles example, you can write to identify the role of free gifts in enhancing sales of noodles. Like that you can write. Are you understanding? You can refer to the recording also, class recording also. Those who are joining late, you can refer to the class recording also. So then again, one more objective you can write in this noodle example, to measure sale of Maggi noodles in Siliguri. Then another objective you can write to measure the relationship between sale of Maggi noodles and provision of free gifts with it. Like that. Write 3 measurable objectives, more than enough. Are you getting my point? All of you should be very much clear about the writing this synopsis. Okay, write a perfect synopsis so that your faculty guys say you have learned something in this subject. Like that. Okay, you write like this. Then operational definition. What do you write here? This is the definition of the exposure and outcome variables of interest in context to objective in a particular study and their means of measurement and determination. You can leave this portion also because most of this portion you will cover in introduction part itself. If you want to write it separately, you can, but don't write much. Small paragraph you can write. This will reflect the outcome variables of interest in relation to the objective. Outcome variables of the interest, that means where you want to do the research and what you expect to be its results after you do the research, and it has to be related to the objective, okay, in a particular study, and their means of measurement and determination. Okay, how do you measure that? So you can remove this step also. This operational definition step can be removed also. Okay, no one will tell you anything, but if you include, it will be a good one. Then hypothesis, how to create that hypothesis, that I'll teach you tomorrow. From tomorrow I'm starting how to formulate hypothesis. In there you will understand how will you write the hypothesis. So this part I'm not discussing now. I'll already discussed in tomorrow from the classes. Then material and methods. What will you include here? You will now talk about the study design. You will now talk about the duration of your study. You will now talk about from how many respondents you are going to collect the data, sample size. Then how you are going to collect the data. Then how you are going to include the respondents, selected respondents. Like the example of job satisfaction, I told you the teachers, faculty guys, the faculty of your department can only be your respondent, along with other faculty of other departments also. From them you can collect. So on what basis you have included these respondents in your study, that has to be mentioned now. Then data collection procedure, how you are going to collect the data, how you are going to find out information related to your objective. Then it includes identification of the study variables, methods for data collection, and data collection tools. Whether you want to go for questionnaire, through questionnaire you want to collect open-ended or close-ended questions, you will prepare everything you have to write here. Then data analysis procedure. In this portion, everybody will write that descriptive statistic will be applied. Okay, in data analysis procedure, everyone will write in their synopsis that descriptive statistics are going to be applied and testing of hypothesis will be performed. Like that you will write. Okay, testing of hypothesis will be performed and descriptive statistics will be applied. Descriptive statistics means simple statistics. You find out mean, median, mode. You find out regression analysis. You find out correlation. That is descriptive statistics. Okay, so we will try to apply some statistical package if anyone wants. But generally, we are focusing on you people to conduct the descriptive statistics only. And also you will test the hypothesis that I'll teach you in the class. How to do that will come in the later part when you will write the thesis. But in the synopsis, you will just mention that descriptive statistics are going to be followed, formulation of hypothesis will be done, and the hypothesis will be tested with the appropriate test statistic. Like that you will write. If you want me to repeat again, then I will repeat. What you give me message, you call me, I will tell you what to write here. But everyone will write the same thing in your synopsis. Okay, then references. This references you will write that APA style will be followed, and I have put a link for reference also. In this link you will get an idea about how to write the reference. This will be needed once you finish the thesis. At the end it will be needed, but in synopsis you will just mention that APA style of referencing will be followed. Then data collection instrument. Write few lines about data collection instrument. This can also be removed. This you will already write in methods and what was it, methods and material portion. So that last portion can also be removed, data collection instrument. Okay, so mainly you have to include title. You have to the title will be written after you write the entire synopsis. Then introduction you will write, objectives of your study you will write, hypothesis you will write. This hypothesis, how to create it, will be taught to you from tomorrow onwards, when I will start teaching you how to formulate the hypothesis. That also you will write. Okay. Then material and methods is the most important part. Now before I teach you hypothesis, you can write about your introduction, objectives, and and methods. Hypothesis you can write later on also. By the end of this week, within 2 days, you will be expertise in writing hypothesis also. So you can write it later on, so that you finish everything by Sunday, and on Monday you can submit it to me. Understood? Any doubt? Anything you want to ask related to the synopsis? Tell me. Any doubt? Was I able to make everyone clear what you need to write in synopsis? How many of you have understood properly what I said today? What you need to write in synopsis and all that. How many of you are clear about whatever I have told you today?
And for tomorrow, we don't have to write method and materials, no?
Yeah? What did you say?
We have to submit it tomorrow, no?
No, not tomorrow. What did I say tomorrow? You will have to submit on
No,
26th.
day after tomorrow.
Day after tomorrow? No. You submit the entire synopsis on Monday itself.
Oh.
Yes, I said that hypothesis I will start teaching you from tomorrow. No, so 2 days time will be required for teaching you how to create the hypothesis and write it. So before teaching that hypothesis, you finish off writing those parts: introduction, objectives, and material and methods portion. Then after I teach you how to create hypothesis, you can add that. That I said. But everything you have to submit on 26th, not now. Okay, now respond please. Ayush, Pradhan, Abhishek, Ankita, Orgho, Ayush Charasia, Bikram,
Present, ma'am.
Deepa,
Present, ma'am.
Devesh, Diksha,
Present, ma'am.
Isha, Hemant,
Yes, ma'am.
Jasmeet,
Present, ma'am.
Lando, Prema,
Present, ma'am.
Hulamu,
Present, ma'am.
Pooja,
Present, ma'am.
Rajwal, Praraj,
Present, ma'am.
Prashant,
Present,
Pratiksha,
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Prayas,
Present, ma'am.
Raj, Rajeshwari,
Present, ma'am.
Ronak, Rina, Ritik, Sahil, Sejal,
Present, ma'am.
Sheetal, Shruti, Shubham, Sparsh, Srishti,
Present, ma'am.
Swikar,
Present, ma'am.
Valusha, Yangchu, Yogesh,
Yes, ma'am.
Yongten.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Oh, Yongten. Shit. I just submitted. Okay, anyways, I'll give one extra attendance to you. Okay, very good. So if you if you have any question, you can ask me. Yes, Ankita, I have given you present. So if you have any question, you can ask me through messages. Don't call me until and unless it is very much necessary, because I'm unable to receive calls all the time because my son's online classes goes on in my cell phone, and after that I have to take him to tuition. Then that time I leave my phone